This is a video about balance. The balance between being a professional creative, a good partner, a parent, a human being, and being physically and mentally healthy too. Now, I've always loved a busy, pretty fast-paced life, surrounded by people and thriving in high-pressure situations. But earlier this year, it started to get to me. Slowly at first, but a sense of frustration and isolation, sort of claustrophobia started to kick in. I started to feel blocked and really not enjoy my work or travel anymore. I was struggling to finish projects and I felt doubt about myself. I never felt like I had any time. My wife Amy and I knew we needed to change something, that we both needed the space to slow down. So when we got the opportunity to get away to a secluded, unyoked cabin, we both said, hell yeah.
Got our wheelbarrow full of goodies just behind me over here. We're leaving the main road here, leaving phone reception and our society. Let's go on an adventure. Here we are. Ready to check it out?
Yes.
Oh, this is really nice. Got everything we need for a fire down here. That bed just looks... I love how the bed is like right in front of two giant windows.
Yeah.
Oh, I love all this stuff.
Settling in, surrounded by nature, sitting in front of the campfire that evening, there was this magical sense of just belonging there. This sense of wonder, this sense of excitement, this sense of awe, this sense of possibility. It was pretty magical.
That is the beautiful golden glow on my face, the sun rising over this valley that I'm looking out on, and it's absolutely spectacular. It makes such a change, spending an evening sitting in front of the fire, getting up early in the morning, watching sunrise. I'm not tired at all. I don't know what time we went to bed last night, but wow, it makes such a difference. Just one evening, one afternoon in the forest. I wish every morning was like this. Don't know if this shot does it justice, but it's stunning, the golden light falling through the trees, falling onto me. I think you get it better from this angle, the golden light sort of like hitting me a little bit. And this is proper like golden hour shit right here. I just love like all the shapes you get in nature, but there's this like natural little bowl kind of shape in the terrain down here. I don't know, it just looks really satisfying. I've been sitting on the sort of little porch thing on the cabin, just being kind of staring at the terrain, the land, the tree line, the way the sun reflects off the leaves, all that sort of stuff, listening to the rustle of the wind, and wow, it's been amazing.
After my inspiring walk and that sunrise, I headed back to the cabin to make a coffee. And if any of this is inspiring you to go and have your own cup of coffee in the woods, surrounded by nature, then the kind folks at Unyoked have hooked you up with the discount, and you can find that in the description right after the video. Now, when I got back to the cabin, I realized I needed to brush up on my coffee making skills just a touch.
Quite satisfying grinding coffee. I wonder if this recording is just going to be all grinding sounds. I think that just drips through now. Yes, it is. It's dripping through. So, whoa! I'm so crap at this.
Slowing down to enjoy that cup of coffee, to read and to think a little bit, led to me having a realization about how I experience life and how present I am in the moment. So I decided to have a chat with Amy about it. It was a conversation that would really go on to set the tone for the rest of our stay. So I was thinking about this morning. Even though we were here for a short space of time, it felt like the passage of time had almost sort of slowed down, and it does feel a bit like a time warp sort of thing. I think of my memory of like, say like a summer's evening as like a kid.
Yeah.
It just felt like it went on forever. It genuinely felt like the day just stretched on and on and on. being here, even just for the afternoon,
Yeah.
felt like that.
Yeah, it did. We were here for 5 hours by the time we went to bed, and it felt like we were here for the whole day.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
And so I guess I started making the link this morning. What's the similarity between childhood, I guess, and then what we went through?
And you arrived at time travel.
I think as an adult, the older you get and the more familiar with your surroundings and everything around you becomes familiar, you should have taken less information.
Yeah.
And you become more efficient.
There's a filtering process because not everything is novel.
Yeah, but the problem is then it makes time speed up because you're just skipping from moment to moment. So mindfulness itself, I've always thought of it as an exercise in being calm and like being centered and being aware of oneself. But I think it also actually helps you experience time.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
in a
Well, it's all
different
about
way.
being in the moment. For me, when I'm involved in a task and I'm absorbed in it, 4 hours, 5 hours can go by. And you're like, great, there's half my workday done and I haven't really registered. 6 hours is, not a small pocket of time, but felt like we'd been here all day.
Yeah.
And that's not a frequent occurrence for me in the way I perceive time, so I found that really exciting.
It makes me sort of realize how much more important being in the moment is, and sort of
Yeah, I feel like that would be like one of those, cool experiments that people do that you see on YouTube. Like, I feel like that would be a good one.
So can I bend time with my mind? Yeah,
There's your thumbnail right there.
I like it. I'm interested in how we can take this idea of like being more in the moment back into normal life.
After that realization about time and being present and in the moment, the rest of the trip changed in such an incredible way. We seemingly packed so much into such a short space of time: meditation, exploration, discussion, and so much more. But it all felt so slow and so leisurely, like we'd almost lived a lifetime in a couple of days. We found ourselves appreciating the smallest of details, enjoying every moment, every smell, every taste. It was absolutely spectacular. Cooking was just on another level. It was so satisfying. And being in front of the fire too was pretty amazing. The rest of that evening then, in all honesty, was cameras down, just enjoying the space, enjoying each other, enjoying nature, before the next morning when it was time to go.
Have a little morning walk with my coffee and thought I'd wrap up this cabin experience which Amy and I have been on the last few days, this creative retreat that we've had at this Unyoked cabin. I haven't seen another person apart from Amy, who's here with me, in 2 days, and it's just been absolutely magnificent. I haven't looked at my phone, no notifications, phone switched off. Has it worked out? Absolutely it has. It's been beautiful. It's been so refreshing. Waking up to the sunlight in the morning is absolutely beautiful. It's such a luxury. I didn't realize how much I needed to escape the city. I didn't realize how good this would make me feel so quickly. It's amazing how time feels like it just moves at a different pace when you're out here in the middle of the forest. One of the things it gave me time to do is really sort of have my thoughts to myself. I think I had a much easier time when I was a lot younger, and when I didn't have a child, really importantly. Maybe age doesn't play into it as much, but as a dad, I never get a spare second to myself. Like, the moment I switch off from work, I'm engaging with a young child, and the only time I do get to myself is kind of late at night after he's gone to bed, maybe Amy's already gone to bed, and I stay up late to get myself extra time to myself. And the downside to that is then it affects my sleep as well. I knew this stuff intellectually. I knew that I was doing some of this stuff to myself. It took coming out to nature to sort of disconnect from everything and disconnect from these routines I'd fallen into to really sort of see where I was to a degree. It's also sort of helped me step back and sort of have a little bit of a bigger picture perspective look at the work I'm doing and the work I'm creating and the work I'm putting out as well. I wasn't creating what I wanted, and I couldn't figure out what that was. And I think it's because several years in the corporate world had created a different me. That was a fascinating revelation. And the next year of my life, oh, my battery's almost dead, I am really going to be fighting against that. Okay, I'm going to grab the camera. Let's hit the trail. I got to head back to the cabin because I've got a taxi coming really soon to take me back to the world. Yeah, such an amazing experience. Big thank you to Unyoked for setting this up for me. Cheers, Unyoked. Here is that view one last time, and I'm about to load up the wheelbarrow and get the hell out of here, unfortunately. But until next time, stay creative.
Don't forget that link for 15% off a cabin in the description. I cannot recommend it enough. Thanks, Unyoked.